says recording. Right, everyone, well done. See, let's come to our seated position. So we're going to be stretching through the hamstrings today. So it's much more heavier on the legs than it is on the shoulders and the wrists, which is quite nice, a nice little stretch for the legs. So let's see what the cards bring us today. Let's see what our offerings are. Just a nice way to start a class, isn't it? With a good intention, a positive affirmation. So it just takes a minute. There you go. I dwell on positive thoughts. That's our card for today. Each thought I choose is like a drop of water. When my thoughts are positive, I can float on the ocean of life. So there you go. Everyone, today, our thoughts are positive. So you're going to send that throughout the rest of your day with positive thoughts only. And that's going to take you through your class as well. So no negative thoughts. No, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. Positive thoughts and work to your own limitations. So let's go to lying on our backs. And like I say, I can only see myself because it's recording. So if there's anything goes wrong or you can't hear or see me, please just unmute yourself and give me a little shout. So let's come to lying on our backs. If your lower back is okay to do so, just send your legs out long. Otherwise, just keep your knees bent. Just take your bum cheeks out of the way and just allow your legs to drop to the side. Arms are just away from the body, palms facing up, neck is nice and long. Just tuck those shoulder blades under. And let's just start to deepen through the breath. So just bringing your awareness to the breath. In and out through the nose. Just allowing the body to settle. And noticing full contact of the earth, the mat beneath you. So that's all the way from the back of your head to the shoulders, down the back to the hips, down the legs, the calves, the heels, all the way down the arms to the third knuckle. Just feel every single point of contact and notice. So rather than just lying here, just bring your awareness to your body. Keep your breath nice and slow, nice and steady, deep inhales. Full expansion through the belly, gentle lift through the chest. And let the breath go as you breathe out, everything softens. So again, inhale fully, belly expands, chest lifts. Exhale, let everything soften, release, relax, and let go. Just continue that way of breathing, and we're just going to plant that seed of positivity into our minds. So I want you to think about a positive thought, a positive affirmation. So like the card says, we will think in positive ways. So just bring a positive thought to mind, maybe something you're grateful for, something you're happy for. So I am happy, I am grateful, I am kind, I am healthy, something that's positive. Maybe send a positive thought for somebody you know, a friend, a family member, a colleague. Just plant that seed of positivity now. Just allow that seed of positivity to grow throughout the rest of your day. So all we're doing is planting that seed of awareness. Just changing the pathways through the brain, through the mind. Lovely, well done everyone. Just try and keep that thought throughout your practice. And if things start to get tough, I want you to revisit that positive thought you made. We're just going to bring the legs together, point through the toes, and take a breath in. Reach those arms up and over and find your full body stretch. Big breath in at the top. Just take a little bit of organic movement. Find something that feels good. Maybe take a yawn. Breath in, breath out. Then the arms are going to come all the way back down your side and just take a bend of your knees. Just lift your hips and lower that back down. Just find a little bit of length through the lower back, so your lower back is nice and connected to the mat. Draw your right knee into your chest and bring your palms behind your thigh and lengthen your right leg to the sky. So as much as you can, see how much length you can get in that leg. Push the heel up, toe towards you. So if you can't get that leg bent, that's fine. You can keep that lovely bent knee, that's good. But just work towards that final straight leg. Big breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to push your leg into your hands, but pull your leg towards you. So you're kind of doing a little tug of war with your leg here. Heel goes up, toe goes down. Feel that stretch between the back of the calf, the hamstring. Option to lengthen the left leg long. Only if that feels okay for your lower back. Keep doing that little tug of war. As you inhale, you can take a little bit of release through the hands, and as you exhale, that tension goes back on again. Just a couple of times like this. So inhale, a little bit of a release. Exhale, draw that tension back in. Little tug of war between the leg and the hands. Keep pushing the heel up, toe down. And now we're going to bend that right knee all the way down towards your armpit, just opening up through the hip. Place your hand around your knee, release your left hand, and just drop that hip open to the side. So we've got a nice opening through the front of the hip, just holding onto the knee to draw it down. Try and keep this left hip nice and grounded. Maybe just place your hand on your left hip to keep that hip grounded. Nice opening here. And draw it back to the center. Let's swap legs. So either right knee can bend or send it long, you choose. Left knee draws in. Nice. Big squeeze in. Hands placed behind the thigh. And send that leg to the sky. So again, nice and straight. Try and keep those hips nice and grounded. So we don't want to lift the hips. Heel goes up, toe goes down. Really push through the heel to find the length in the back leg. Big breath in, relax, and as you exhale, find that tension. Leg pushes into the hand, hand draws into the leg. So you're pulling and pushing in different directions. And that should give you that stretch there. Inhale, relax and release. Exhale, do it again. A couple of more times. Just in your own time. Release, relax. Exhaling, push the heel away, toe up. Lovely. Let's drop that knee to the armpit. So we're opening up the hip. Left hand hugs around the knee, finds the inside of your knee. Right hand releases to your hip, and then opening out that left hip. This right hip's going to want to roll over with you, don't let it. Just find that nice opening here. Keep your right leg nice and active. And come back to the center. Draw both knees into the chest and just take some little circles in opposite directions. Just go one way and then the other. Toes are touching, knees are coming together and opening up. Lovely. So now you've got that option to roll over to your right hand side, or you're going to take that rolling up through the spine. You can cross over at the ankles, or you can just hug the knees in. You choose what feels good for you. And just take that little rock and rolling motion all the way up until you feel you can come all the way up to your seat. Lovely. Relax the legs down. We come into our seated position. Superb, everyone. Thank you. Relax those knees. Sit nice and tall through the crown of the head. Find those seat bones. Take those bum cheeks out the way and just find your natural cross. Sit nice and tall. Release the crown of the head all the way to the sky. Relax the shoulders. Take a big breath in. Open up through the side body. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to take our twist to the right. Opposite hand to opposite knee. Nice and lift through the crown of the head. Start lifting through the bandhas. So pelvic floor lifts. Uddiyana bandha, abdominals lift. Nice and strong through your core. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale the other way. So as you inhale, we want you to find your length, and as you exhale, find your twist. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we twist. A couple of more breaths here. and come back to your center. Let's change the cross of our legs. So the other foot comes in front. This is the weird cross, so it won't feel natural. And then we're going to inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, right hand releases down, left arm comes up and over. Keep drawing your left shoulder back and just find that lovely opening through the side body, gazing up to the ceiling. If your neck doesn't like that, just gaze neutral down towards your knee. Lift all the way up and right arm lifts. Same again, take that side bend, opening up these side ribs. Don't lift this hip, keep this hip nice and grounded. Just feel this lovely opening here. Keep reaching, and to your center. Interlace the fingers behind. Let's just draw the chest up, shoulder blades are together. A little opening through the front of the body. Lovely, let's come to all fours. Well done, everyone. So we're coming into our cat-cow here. So fingers are nice and wide, shoulders are above the wrists, hips are above the knees. And as we come into our cat-cow, we're pushing into the hands to push yourself out of your mat. Belly draws into the midline of your body, pelvic floor lifts. Take a nice big breath in, tip that tailbone up, belly relaxes, chest and gaze lift. Send that the other way, draw the navel in, sending your gaze towards your belly button. Find that space between your shoulder blades. Take a nice big breath. And exhaling, release down, inhaling, release up. So just find some movement with your breath here, just coming into cat-cow. So just taking a few rounds of cat-cow just to open up these vertebrae. Lovely, just a few more slow, controlled movements. Just concentrating on every single vertebrae as you go. Noticing each one taking its turn to roll up and roll back down. And then come to that center, that space of stillness, and sit your hips all the way back to your heels. Reach those fingertips forward so you're still nice and active through the hands. You've got a lovely lift from the armpits. Elbows are lifted. Choice to relax your head all the way to the mat. Keep reaching. You start to feel those shoulders wakening up. And then we're going to walk the hands to the right, again opening through the left side of the body. Come back to center and walk them to the left. Lovely. Come back to our center. Let's push back up onto all fours as we lift our tailbone and find our downward facing dog. We're going to take some organic movement here. So I want you to really move whatever feels good here, really pedaling the feet, maybe twisting on the feet so you're taking a little rotation through the hips. Find what feels good here. Crouching down, lengthening back. You just notice how the back of your legs feel. I really like to walk my legs because it pumps out through my calves because they get so tight. Then we're going to come to this place of stillness. You're going to bend the knees and we're going to take a little roll through the spine. See how you go. If it feels too much, just come to cat-cow. So we're going to send those knees down a big crouch. And we're going to kind of roll up through the spine to plank. Drop those knees, send those hips back. So we're kind of taking big circles. So breathing in and out as you go. So crouching down with those knees as you come back. Hips lift. Inhaling forward towards your plank position. Knees drop. You got this. Just find this organic movement here. Lovely. And when you're ready, we're going to come to that space of stillness. And just walk your feet towards your hands. And find your forward fold, hips are nice and pointed towards the top of your mat. Belly is released to your thighs. Crown of the head is reaching down. And just find that weight even through your feet. And just take a hold of your elbows and just take a little rock from left to right. Try and find that weight even through the feet. So not too much leaning back into the heels. And really draw the head down. Allow that lower back to relax. And then release your hands and just pushing yourself all the way up to standing. Big breath in at the top. And exhale the hands down. Well done, everyone. So we're going to come round into our sun salutations, which we all know and love. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. As you fold forward, find that length in your spine as you reach forward. So when your belly and thighs connect, you feel lovely long through the spine. Crown of the head reaches down. Hands slide to the shins, flat back. Keeping your hips above your heels. Weight is even through your feet. Crown of the head is pointing forward, shoulders sliding back. Release your hands to the mat. Step your right leg back. Step your left leg back and find your plank. Heart is between your hands. Hips are released down. And we're just going to take a little bit of, again, a movement through our plank. Pushing the heels back, then onto the toes. Again, drop your knees as soon as you need to. Keep drawing your belly in, and then drop your knees. Inner elbows point forward, because as we lower, those elbows go back, remember, they don't go to the side. They go back, skimming your ribs. So send the elbows back, lower yourself to the mat. Hands either side of your shoulders. Tuck those elbows in, lift into your gentle cobra. Upper chest is lifted. Release your hands all the way back to the end of your mat. Take a breath and release down. Tuck those toes under and push all the way up to either all fours or downward facing dog. You choose. And we're going to take that lovely movement through the spine again. But if you find that too challenging or you don't find it comfortable, do cat-cow. So we're going to squat down. We're going to roll up through the spine to plank. Knees drop, hips go back and up. Keep just a couple of these. And again, you're in all fours, or you're doing it from plank to downward dog. So a couple of more like this. Inhaling and exhaling as you go. Next one, we stay in our downward dog. We lift our gaze and we walk or step to the top of your mat. Find your halfway lift, flat back. And release to your forward fold. Keep your back as flat and as long as you can. And then lower your head down. Grounding through the feet, softening through your knees. Power all the way up to standing. Big inhale at the top, hands to prayer. Exhale your hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. One more time. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Release the hands to the mat. You're going to step or jump to plank. You choose. We're going to stay in plank for a couple of breaths, but you can choose to lower your knees whenever you wish. We're just going to take that little bit of movement, pushing through the heels to the toes. Drop your knees, untuck those toes, and lower all the way down. Elbows go back. Hands either side of the chest, pushing into the hands to a higher cobra. But again, if this is too much, keep your low cobra. Shoulders are not here. Shoulders are back and down. Elbows are pointing back. So don't send those elbows to the side. Hug them in and send them back. Nice big breath. And release down. Toes tuck under. All the way up to downward dog. Lift those hips high. And then start to encourage those heels down. Shoulders are away from your ears. Gaze is towards your belly button or the top of your thighs. Try and externally rotate those shoulder blades away from each other. And just deepen through your breath. Fingers are wide, grounding through all your knuckles and the tips of your fingers. Lift your gaze, look at that space. You're going to walk, you're going to step, or you're going to bend those knees into that lovely crouching position and jump to the top of your mat. Get there however you feel comfortable. Hands to the shins, flat back. And release to your forward fold. And then in our forward fold, we're just going to start to pedal the legs. So as one leg straightens, one knee bends. Come up onto the toe. Flatten the left heel down. Come onto the toe of the right heel, right foot. Knee bends. So just take these little tiny pedaling steps through your forward fold. And come to that stillness. Place your left hand to the center of your mat and push into that hand. Straighten through your right leg, bend your left leg, reach your right hand to the sky. Keep pushing into your supporting hand, whether your hand's flat or on the tip of your fingers. Right arm lifts to the sky and release it down. Right hand comes to the center, so you kind of made a triangle with your feet in your hands. Straighten through the left leg, pushing through your hand. Bend knee through the right foot. And lift your left arm to the sky. Keep this left leg nice and straight and really keep pushing yourself out of your hand, out of your mat. Lovely, come back to center. And relax to your forward fold. Ground through your feet. Reach those arms back and up to standing. Big breath in, exhale the hands to the heart. Starting to lengthen through the back of the legs now. So we're going to get ourselves to downward dog. So take a breath in as we reach up. We're coming into our forward fold, but I want you to reach forward. Arms are going to go back. Reach forward. Make sure the weight is not in your heels, so you're not leaning back. They're into the balls of your feet. Keep that length through your spine. Now soften your knees. Keep that length through your spine. Then start to lower your belly to your thighs. So that's your forward fold. Crown of the head reaches down. If you're here, you can start to see how straight your legs can get. Keep pushing those hip bones high. Start to really feel the back of the legs working. This is your forward fold. Chin draws in, crown of the head is down. Big breath in and exhale. Hands are going to go flat. So you're going to step or you're going to hop back to plank. You choose. Finding your plank. We're going to take that vinyasa, drop the knees. Inner elbows are forward, lower yourself to the mat. Inhale, find your back bend. So we've got low cobra. We've got high cobra. Both pubic bones are grounded, or you're pushing into the hands, into the feet, lifting those thighs and knees to upward dog. Gazing up if your neck is happy with that. And from here, hips go high. You can choose to roll over the toes, it's quite brutal, or you just step those feet back to downward dog. Whew. Right leg lifts. You can choose to come onto the toe of your left foot, or you can keep your heel grounded. Just keep that leg lifted. Try and keep the hips pointing down. Bend your knee, and we're going to push forward as we bring that knee, that leg through the body to the top of our mat. Get it there however you wish. Find that lovely runner's lunge, pushing through the back heel. Then drop your knee. You can keep that toe tucked or you can untuck it. It's about what feels good here. You can keep wiggling this left knee back to find more opening through the back hip flexor. But this knee must always stay above the ankle. When you're ready, we're going to come and lift. Just place your hands to the thighs. No matter how far you've got this back leg, this is the hip flexor opening. So if it gets too much, just send your hips back a little bit or just wiggle your foot back a little bit. We're going to reach those arms not quite to the sky, more to the diagonal, the corner of your room. Big breath in and keep reaching like you're trying to reach something that's in the corner of your room or wherever you are in the corner, gazing up to that space. So we're not up high, we're more in a diagonal. Keep pushing through your back foot, keep drawing your thighs together into the midline of your body. Big breath in here, then as you exhale, draw the arms back, but keep your body exactly where it is. You got this. Now we're going to inhale, send the hips back and reach up high. So now we've sent that front leg back a little bit so it starts to straighten. See if you can straighten it. Maybe you need to wiggle those toes forward. So your back knee is now above your hip. Big breath in here. I want you to reach up, draw everything in, feel strong through your core. And again, reach to the corner of that room. Keep this foot grounded or lifted, you choose. But try and keep this front leg nice and long. So we're going into the corner of that room. The back leg is going to really start to feel this. Big breath in. Exhale, release your hands down. And just keep that spine nice and long and feel the stretch down the front of your leg. Then bend that front knee. Send that hip down. And find that little opening through the back hip flexor. Take a breath in, reach up. Find that space that lifts everything up, not dumps everything down. I'm going to place the hands to the heart. Option to just turn, that's super fine. Keep those legs straight, just turn the torso, or you're going to send your left elbow to the other side of your knee and take the twist. So you can be here or here. And give it a help, hook it round. You can help it out here. Push into the hands to twist a little deeper. Push the knee into the elbow, push the elbow into the knee. That little tug of war like we did at the beginning with our legs. But don't let that knee drop out or in. You do have the option now to lift that back leg. This is only the option, you don't have to do this. Big breath in, exhale. Hands are coming back to frame your front foot. Now from here, if you've got your back knee dropped, could you just lift it up? We're going to take a little step in and just plant your hands either side of your mat in front of you, just either side of your foot. We're going to push into the hands, straighten through our standing leg, lift the back leg to a variation of warrior three. See what you can do here. You got this. Soften the front knee and with ease, with control, lower that back leg down. Plant your hands, step your right leg back to downward facing dog. Well done, everyone. Pedal through those feet. Again, find that organic movement. Maybe twisting the heels and the ankles, the toes one side of the mat then the other. Find what feels good here. And come to that center point. Send those hips high. Left leg lifts. Choose to be on the toe of your right leg or ground the heel, whatever feels good. Bend the knee. We're pushing forward to plank. Draw the knees to the chest as it comes all the way through and steps to the top of your mat. Get it there how you wish. Back knee releases. Same little sequence on the other side. So you choose how far back you want this leg to go. You can wiggle it back further and further. There's how super opening your hip flexor. When you feel okay, get your breath. Check your knees above your ankle. Then we're going to come and rise. We're going to lift those arms to the corners of your room. Gazing up. Draw the belly in. Big breath in. Exhale. Body stays where it is. Arms reach back. Draw those shoulder blades back. Point those fingers to the back of the room. Keep lifting this front knee in. Don't let it drop out. Big breath in here. Reach all the way up. And then you can send the hip back as you straighten through the front leg. But maybe you want to wiggle it a little forward. If you want it a little straighter, if you're not feeling the stretch, hip above the knee. Big breath in. Keeping this foot grounded or toe lifted, we're going to reach again forward to that corner of your room. Feeling that front hamstring releasing. Holding it for a couple of breaths. Reach to the corner. And then swing those arms back again. Reach to the back of the fingers, to the back of the mat. Lovely. Bend that front knee. Inhale those arms all the way up to the sky. Let's take those prayer hands again this side. And we're going to twist to the left. And wiggle that front knee back if you find it's too far out. Again, you can just take the turn or you can hook that elbow. So big breath in, we lift, lengthen, we draw everything in. And then exhale, take that twist. So give it a helping hand, push the knee into the elbow, elbow into the knee, hands together, and twist. Find where you are, find what feels good. Couple of breaths. And coming back to your center. We didn't lift the knee, we're going to do that now. Lift that back leg. Find this lovely high lunge. Release your hands down. So you're going to take one big massive leap of faith here up to our supporting warrior 3, or you can just do it in little tiny steps. So you choose. So big breath in as you exhale, lift that leg up, supporting through your standing leg, nice and strong. Warrior 3 variation, leg behind you, go straight back. It doesn't have to lift all the way up, just do what feels good for you. With control, planting it all the way back down. You've got this. And then we're going to walk our hands to the long edge of your mat. Allow the feet to follow. And bring your feet parallel, so you're now coming to the long edge of your mat. So we're in our right leg forward fold. Feet are parallel, grounding down through the little toe edge of your feet, lifting through the inner arch. Keep a softness through the knees if you need to, that's okay. And we're going to push into those fingertips and find that lovely flat back. Send those hips back. Keep reaching those thighs in and up. Crown of the head is forward, find that flat back. Take a breath. And exhale, can you reach down the crown of the head towards your mat? And maybe you can walk your hands in line with your feet. Maybe you can take that little bit of faith and just rock forward onto the balls of your feet to allow the crown of your head to get to the mat. There's a little bit of faith needed here because you are going to have to move your body weight forward. Lovely, push into your hands. Push all the way up to your flat back. Take a little bend in your right knee. Just a little bend, just a little bend in that right knee. Ground through the little toe edge of your other foot. So we're not squatting all the way down. Come back to center. And take a little left bend in that left knee. Walking slightly to the left. Again, we're not coming all the way down here. It's just a little bend. You can feel this nice stretch here. And back to your center. Place your hands to your hips, one hand at a time. And then with a flat back, ground into your feet and come up to standing. Yeah, well done. Keep drawing those elbows back. Hands on your hips. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Lift through your heart. Nice big breath at the top. And exhale, come to neutral. We're going to take a breath in, reach those arms all the way up. Nice big tall through the arms, keep grounding through this little toe edge. Right hand releases down. And then slide that right hand down as the left arm comes all the way over. So it's like a reverse warrior, but we're actually in a wide leg fold. So both feet are parallel. Inhale back to center. Left arm releases down. Reach up through the right, slide that hand down, take that little side bend. Keep drawing your right shoulder back. And come back to your center. Take a softness through your knees and jump to the center. Big breath in at the top. And walk to the top of your mat. Release your hands down. Well done, everyone. You did good. So from here, we're coming into our goddess squat. So we've just done a wide leg fold. We're coming into a goddess. So we're going to bring our right foot and send it back round. This time, the width of our legs doesn't need to be quite so wide. So just check, bring your arms out, and maybe the wrists go above your ankles is pretty much of a good guideline of where we should be. Doesn't work with everyone, but pretty much that's okay. Bring the heels in, toes are pointing to the corners of your mat. And then keep your core nice and engaged, and then just bend those knees and drop the hips. Now the knees are going in the same direction as your toes, so they're not dropping in, so they're not like this, They're like this. That's quite hard to see. So I want you to look down, check you can still see your feet. Drop those hips, feel these inner arches working. Body is still tall, so that tailbone has to tilt down. So give that little rock up. Inhale, breath in. Keep dropping those hips. Find these inner thighs working. And release your hands to prayer. We're going to take big circles. So we're going to inhale, arms up, legs straighten. Exhale, hips drop a little lower, hands to prayer. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, drop those hips a little more, hands to prayer. See if you can eventually get these thighs parallel to your mat. Inhale and exhale. You're going to hold and you're going to come onto the tippy toe of one foot. You're going to come onto the tippy toe of the other foot. And you're going to balance. You can release those heels whenever you need to. Keep your gaze lifted, keep your balance, keep your focus, keep those positive thoughts. Drop those hips a little lower. Release those heels. Inhale all the way up to a star. Ooh, exhale, release back down to goddess. So find those goddess arms, draw the shoulder blades back. And then release your right forearm to your thigh. Inhale up and over with the left, keeping that goddess squat going. Back to center, arms release up. Exhale, release down to goddess squat. Are your thighs burning yet? Mine are. Other arm release to the thigh, reach up and over. Big breath in, exhale. Arms swoop up, find that star pose. Exhale, release your hands to your hips, parallel those feet. So we're finding ourselves back into our wide leg position. Big breath in, gazing up, shoulder blades drawn together. Exhale, pivoting through the pelvis, sending those hips back, find length through the back of the legs, flat back. Keep drawing those elbows back. Release your hands down. So we're coming into Skandasana, which is a deeper squat. So do the first position we did, which is this. Or you're going to bend that right knee, walk those hands, and drop those hips all the way down. Now your right foot may flush with the mat. Mine doesn't. My heels lift. You want to get your knee pointing up, your toes pointing up. Now you may be able to get all the way down and be able to stay there. I know, Elaine, you can. Well done. I can't. Knee up, toe up. Find that little squat. Plant your right hand to the mat and lift your left arm to the sky. So wherever you are, just adapt this. Maybe your arm can come to the thigh and reach up with the other arm. Release down, push those hands up. Find your wide legs. Walk the hands to the left and the same the other side. Hips release down. Foot can stay grounded or it bends. Toe points up, knee points up. Left hand stays grounded, right arm reaches up. Keep pushing through this long leg here. Don't let that knee drop out. Drop in, sorry. And release down. Coming back to your center. We're going to heel toe those feet in so they're a little bit wider than hip width. Toes are pointing to the diagonal. And this is a posture I do not like, but I do it. And I know some of you find it much more comfortable than me. Drop those hips and find your squat. Oh. Hands inside, elbows inside those knees. Pushing the knees into the elbows, elbows into the knees. Find that prayer pose. Oh. How some of you can sit here all day long, I don't know. I'm struggling already. My ankles and my hips just do not like this. Ooh. My daughter said to me the other day, why do you keep going, ooh? I don't know, I just do it. When you're ready, release your bottom down. Oh, God, that's why. Draw those knees in and come to the long edge of your mat. We're going to have to open those hip flexors a bit now, guys, because we've been in lots of squatty things, shortening these hip flexors. So we've got to lengthen these hip flexors. So let's send those legs long. Push through the heels, toes up. Give yourself a little wiggle. And then we're going to reverse our tabletop or reverse your plank. So you can choose. Hands come either side of the hips, just behind, slightly wider. So if you're reversing your tabletop, you're going to bend your knees. And then you're going to push your hips up. Or if you're going to reverse your plank, you're going to send the legs along. So you choose your option. Now, if you want to make it slightly harder to reverse your plank, I want you to keep your foot flat to the mat, not your toes lifted. So as you lift, flatten those feet down. Keep pushing those feet down. So when you're ready, take a nice big breath. Push into the hands wherever you are. And exhale, lift those hips high. So if you're in your reverse plank, I want you to get those feet flat to the mat if you can. It's a little harder. Head can gaze back if your neck is happy to do so. And release down. Well done. So we're going to just come into our Dandasana. So send those legs long, actually, seeing better like this. Staff pose, nice and tall through the spine. Slightly leaning forward so you can feel those seat bones. Push those toes up, heels away. Inhale, reach up. And exhale with that lovely long spine, come forward and down. Grabbing hold of the ankles, maybe the feet. And find that softness through the shoulders. Keep your gaze lifted. And then start to lower your belly all the way down. Releasing your head towards your knees. And slowly rolling all the way back up. Let's take our legs wide. As wide as you can. Don't let those knees drop in. You can't see my legs, but pretty much like that. Same as we just did. Toes are up, knees are pointing in the same direction as your toes. Sit up nice and tall. So again, we're slightly leaning forward to feel those seat bones. Breathe in, lengthen. Feel these legs are super active. As we breathe out, we're sliding our hands down the leg, reaching forward with the chest. Keep those legs active. Inhale, back up. So there's no rounding through the spine, we're pivoting. So inhale forward. Exhale, wherever suits you with your breath here. And inhale, back up, that's better. Each time we're going to see if we can go a little deeper. So coming forward, can you just send those arms a little longer? Can you just drop a little deeper? And back up, try not to round through the spine. One more time. Inhale, exhale, keep those legs nice and active. Keep reaching forward, feel those legs working. And back up. Let's bring our right leg into the thigh. All the way into the thigh. Draw as close into the pelvis as you can. Place your right hand just to the side of the mat as a little support, because we're going to come and lift up onto the shin. So we're going to bring a nice breath into the body. Swoop the left arm up and push into the hand and find that lovely side. Opening up through the side body. Keep reaching that arm forward and think about that lovely long line all the way down from the tips of the fingers to the ankle. And slowly swoop that arm forward, release the hips down. Let's go the other side. Draw the heel as close into the groin as you can. Keep this foot super flexed. Hand just comes by your side as a little support. Inhale, right arm lifts, push into the hand and come up onto that shin. Find that lovely length through the tip of the fingers to the wrist. Tip of the fingers to the wrist, that's not long, is it? All the way down to the ankle. And swoop forward and down. Let's bring both legs in together and just find our Baddha Konasana. Plant those toes together. Just drawing, the closer you draw your heels in, the deeper the knees will go. So the further away your feet are, the less challenging it is for the knees. So find what feels okay here. If you can interlace those fingers underneath the toes, just do so, just so we can bring ourselves up. So we're using it as a leverage to bring ourselves up. And then drop your chin to your chest and just find that lovely stretch through the back of your neck. And then just take some little circles through the neck, drop your ear, shoulder to your ear. Just take those little half circles, keep drawing those arms against your feet. Just find that stretch through the back of your neck. Come back to your center. Big breath in as those elbows go back. You're rounding through the spine now. So draw your belly in and draw your chin to chest and curl yourself into a little ball. All the way down. Relax those shoulders, relax those knees. And as you breathe in, just curling your spine all the way back up. Hands go under the knees and swipe them up to the center. And as we're going to come into our position all the way down to the mat. So we're going to bring ourselves down to our forearms and roll the spine all the way down. So we're coming into our bridge pose. So you do have an option here if you want to, and it's in your practice and you know you can do it, you can come into wheel, okay? Which is place your hands underneath your shoulders. I'm just going to demonstrate. Hands go underneath your shoulders. You've got to have those hands flat. Push into the hands to the crown of the head, and then you can lift. Try and lift with straight arms. And then when you lower, crown of the head first, and then roll down. So if you know you can do that and it's in your practice, you can do that instead of bridge. Otherwise, we're coming into bridge, walking those feet to the bottom. Big breath in, exhale. Big breath in again. As you breathe out, pushing into the feet, into the hands, lift those hips. Scoop those shoulder blades under, lift a bit higher. Keep drawing those legs in, imagining you've got a block between your thighs. Maybe you can release your hands to under your bottom and push a little higher. If you're in your full wheel, I want you to lower and lift again. Do what you can. Keep lifting through your bridge, keep lifting up through the hips, opening up these hip flexors. And slowly releasing all the way down. Well done if you did wheel. Well done if you did bridge. They're both just as challenging, I think. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock from left to right. Enjoy that massage through the lower back. And then just send your right leg long. And bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee, left arm slightly away from you, drawing it over into that supine twist. Keeping those shoulders nice and grounded, and just find that lovely twist through the lower back. Lovely stretch through the lower back. Just deepening through the breath, allowing the body to come to this slowing down point as our practice starts to slow down. Back to your center. Left leg goes long. Right knee draws in. Again, place your hand to the opposite side of your knee. Right arm goes away. And draw that leg over and find that twist the other side. And the knee doesn't have to release all the way down. As long as you can feel that nice twist, try and keep those shoulders down. Lovely stretch for the lower back. And coming back to your center. Draw both knees in. We're going to come into our happy baby. So opening up through the knees towards the armpits. Hands are coming to the inside of your knees and grabbing the outside of your feet. Once you're there, you can now start to bend the knees and get your feet planted to the sky. So your ankles are above your knees and your hips are grounding down. And then just start to rock left and right if you wish to do so. Try not to let those hips lift. Option here to grab those toes with your peace fingers and lengthen those legs out wide. You've done quite a lot of work through the hamstrings, so you may find you can do it. Let those legs just drop out nice and wide, inside of those thighs opening up. And then bend them back into happy baby. Take a big breath and send them out again. Well done. And drawing them back in, plant your feet to the mat. And send those legs long or knees bent as we find our Shavasana, our last couple of minutes of our practice. Oh, just take a deep breath and a deep exhale. Find your comfortable position. I've wiggled all the way down my mat. And find what feels good for your lower back. Just revisit that seed of positivity you planted at the beginning of the class, whatever it was for you. Just revisit that now. Just tapping into the breath, the rise and fall of your belly. And just relax here. Just relax everything down, soften the muscles. Relax the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. All the muscles that run either side of your spine. Just relax your back. Your hips, your legs have worked hard today, so really relax your legs. Maybe just squeeze your bum cheeks together, engage those leg muscles, engage the glutes. Give them a good old squeeze. And then just relax them. And this allows the muscles to relax a little deeper. Let the legs just fall, the feet, wherever they wish to be. Just take a few more moments here. Just enjoying this restful place. The mind probably wants to allow you to get up. But just a couple of more breaths, that's all, just a couple of more breaths. And when you feel ready to do so, you can roll over onto your side and push yourself to your seat. Just gently with your eyes closed. Tapping into that inner smile. And just thanking yourself for showing up and moving your body today. Place your hands to prayer to seal our practice. Thank you so much, everyone. Namaste. Let's see if we're still there. Thank you so much, everyone. That was